These are the key fundamentals to achieve your goals. Number one, set realistic goals. You can't make unrealistic goals that are physically impossible for you to do. For example, trying to become a billionaire overnight. If you're broke, the chances are you're not going to become a billionaire overnight. Another example is trying to bench 3 plates in a month when you could barely bench 1 plate right now. It's just humanly impossible for you to achieve those goals. And the only thing that it's going to cause is for you to be disappointed in yourself and just feel like a failure. Because you're going to start thinking about negative, I couldn't accomplish it, I'm a failure, this, and that. So don't do this to yourself. Save yourself from this trouble. Number two, this goes hand in hand with number one, and that is scale your expectations. You can't make a super, super difficult goal. Yes, it might be possible, but it's going to be such a long jump from where you're at right now that you're going to feel paralyzed. You're not going to know where to start. There's going to be so many things for you to do that you're going to feel overwhelmed, right? So instead of making a jump from here to all the way over here, first make a jump from right here to right here. Jordan Peterson was talking about this very same subject, and he was saying, if you're going to go from here to here, start from here to here, because believe it or not, you're going to have to go from here to here anyways in order to reach over here, right? So instead of focusing all the way on this super hard, far goal, focus on what's in front of you today, Take it day by day, little step by little step. Another thing that Jordan Peterson was talking about is, well, that will lead me to my next point, which is, I believe, point number 3? Correct. Number 3, which is small wins lead to big wins, right? Little building blocks, little steps will make you reach your end goal, right? So instead of focusing on the far goal again, focus on the very small goals that you have, which will lead you to your big one. Jordan Peterson was also talking about how success is not linear, right? It doesn't go in a straight line. Success is exponential, which is, I don't know if you don't know what exponential is. It starts off very slow, very gradually, but it slowly builds up and ramps up, right? And that is because good habits lead to other good habits, right? If you start doing things well, you're going to become better at other things, and that will lead you to other better habits. He also talked about, and you need to be very, very careful with this, and that is failure is also exponential. One bad habit leads to another, and from one day to the next, you might be falling off a cliff. Literally. Maybe your friend invites you to a party, right? And you go to the party and you like it, and you start going out clubbing and going to parties every weekend, and that leads you to drinking alcohol, and that leads you to smoking weed, and then you start smoking doing other harder drugs, right? And then you lose your job because you failed a drug test, and you could easily see how one bad habit leads to another. So you need to be very careful on which path you are taking. Number 5, I believe, and number 4, I'm sorry. Number 4, learn from your mistakes. I'm going to tell a story about myself that happened this year, which is I've been trying to gain weight and get stronger at the gym, right? And I was doing great progress. I was gaining a lot of weight. I was getting stronger. But what I didn't take to account was how difficult it was going to be once I got my HVAC job. Once I started working in HVAC in the summer, I had very long hours, overtime, and I would wake up, go to work, come back, eat, sleep, and I would go back to work again. And there would be a lot of days where I would eat no breakfast and I would only take like a protein bar for lunch for the whole day. And then I would come back home starving, eat, and then go to sleep. And I was just losing and losing and losing all the gains that I had made in the beginning of the year. I lost a lot of weight this summer, but I had to learn from my mistakes, you know. It is so easy to just blame it on circumstances, blame it on the universe, you know, or blame it on other people, you know, blame anybody but yourself. But if you are trying to grow and trying to learn, you have to take a deep look within yourself and learn from your mistakes. And that's what I had to do. I had to adjust and think about what I could do to get me back on track, right? And what I figured out was I had to wake up an hour earlier, you know, if that is losing some sleep or going to sleep earlier, so I can wake up, eat a big breakfast, make myself lunch for the day, and then I don't have any time to go to the grocery store on the weekend or on the weekdays, I'm sorry. So I'd have to go to the grocery store on the weekends, and I would have to meal prep for the whole week, right? Because I am super busy in the weekdays and I have no time. So I'd have to meal prep for the whole week, take my lunch, and I had to make these small adjustments so I could learn, you know, so I could gain weight, right? Learn from my mistakes. And point number 5, make a really specific plan. Think about the challenges that you're going to face. And that is something that I failed. You know, if I knew I was going to get a job in HVAC this summer. So if I would have thought what are some of the challenges that I would face once I get this job, right? And I would quickly realize I knew I was going to work long hours, but I didn't think about how difficult it was going to be to eat food, go to the grocery store, and go to the gym, right? So if I had made a really specific plan, thought about the challenges and how I was going to work around them, I would have kept all my gains and probably made more, right? And yes, there's going to be times where some challenges come that it come straight from out of the blue, you know, you don't even see them, and that's when you have to learn from your mistakes, right? Okay. So number 6, I believe, why? Why do you want to achieve this goal? Why is this so important for you to accomplish? This is something you have to really think about and have a really strong why, because there's going to be times where you have no motivation, you don't want to wake up in the morning, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to go to work, whatever it is, right? And you're going to be like, I'll just leave it for the next day, right? I'll push it back, you know? And this is where you need that extra little push. You know, you need that why to why you are doing it. So really think about why you want to achieve this goal. And number 7, you could call it the David Goggins, the Shia LaBeouf, you know, the discipline, the just fucking do it. At the end of the day, you're just gonna have to fucking do it. Nobody's gonna come and save you. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You have to fucking do it, right? And I'm gonna read to you, I'm gonna leave it off with a couple quotes that I got from David Goggins. Some people call him the master of discipline, right? The most disciplined man in the world. And these are some of the quotes that I like from him. A lot of the time, you need to learn to perform without motivation. You have to learn to perform without purpose. You have to learn to perform a lot of different things, and that's what people think. They think I need to have this motivation to work out, to study, to do better. So if they don't have it, they just don't fucking do it. This is my favorite quote right now. And it says, you have to be your best self when you're least motivated. I'll repeat it again. You have to be your best self when you're least motivated. Last quote from David Goggins. Where's passion when you're 300 pounds? Where's the motivation when you can't read or write? Where is it? So how did this happen? I just fucking did. Hopefully this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.